All right, if you clicked on this video, it means that you haven't been making shots in games. You've been getting into games, you've been working hard in practice, but every time you get in, you're trying to shoot and they're just not falling. You're not making shots. So here are 5 reasons why you might not be making shots in games, and here are 5 ways that you can kind of fix those problems as you move forward in your career. I'm JQ, I'm a basketball trainer from South Florida. If you want more help becoming a better player, especially a better point guard, my point guard program just dropped. Make sure you guys go check it out. First link in the description. So the number 1 reason why you're not making shots in games is typically because you shoot shots at practice speed rather than game speed. So what that means is that you get into the gym and usually we'll start shooting. You might shoot your form shots, you might start moving back, but whenever you start shooting shots, you're usually standing in one spot, you're catching and shooting, you're taking it at this pace where you'll catch it, relax for a second, and then shoot it. When in reality, when you get into a game, you're gonna be shooting at game speed. So what you have to be able to do is practice at game speed as much as possible. And that might mean that you're not gonna be able to practice as much on your own. It's gonna be a lot better for you to practice with a partner, being that you're gonna be able to move, catch passes from the
Here's
teammates.
an example for you guys of a shooting drill that I was doing the other day. Again, just being able to have a partner is crucial, as you're able to get such better quality reps than if you were by yourself. Think about this shot sequence. I got 4 shots in the sequence. I can get that done, 4 times faster because I have a partner. So again, get a partner. I don't care where you have to find them, to rebound, to pass, all that. It's gonna get you a lot better as a player.
You have to shoot at game speeds. That's reason number 1. Now, the second thing is gonna be your technique, okay? Now, obviously, every player shoots a little bit differently. There are ways that you probably wanna shoot a basketball, but for the most part, everybody's gonna have their own little differences within their shot. But if I was to teach a jump shot, this is what it would look like. So it starts out with my base. I wanna keep a slight tilt on my shot. A lot of times, coaches and trainers have taught in the past that you wanna have 10 toes to the rim, which if that works for you, great. For me, I just don't feel comfortable shooting like this. I want to get that slight tilt. It makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. The second thing is I like to keep the ball aligned on my right side. So if the ball is in my right hand, I want to get it where it lines up with my right eye as I bring my ball up. I don't want to shoot it across my face. I don't want to bring it way outside my head. I want to keep it aligned with my right eye, keeping it in a line. The next thing that I want to focus on is loading my wrist. A lot of players have problems with their wrist. They'll shoot the ball like this. They'll get behind the ball, but when we get underneath it, that's where we can really shoot the ball effectively. So making sure that you have your wrist loaded back as you go up to shoot. Next thing that you have to lock in on is going to be your set point. This is where you bring the ball before you shoot it. So once you dip the ball, that's another thing. If you dip, that's great. Most players dip the ball. I have my wrist back, I dip down, I get the ball to my set point. Now, it's gonna differ between where you're shooting from. So if I'm shooting from the mid-range, I might set the ball a little bit higher if I'm trying to avoid a defender or whatever. If I'm shooting from the 3-point line, I might set it a little lower, but really it depends on what's comfortable for you. Now, the next thing that you wanna lock in on is your guide hand, okay? So when we shoot it, a lot of players struggle with pushing the ball, okay, with your guide hand, which happens a lot. I do that myself. A lot of players even in the league do that. So I'm not saying that you should completely take it out, but we want to be able to have our hand on the side of the ball as we go up to guide the ball, keeping it on the side of the ball until we release it, okay? A lot of players will let it go beforehand. This is less control than if I keep my guide hand on the whole time until I release it. So those are the main principles for your shot. They're all something that you can fix if you're having trouble technically with it. Now, the third problem that I see with a lot of shooters is that they'll get into the gym and they'll just start shooting threes, shooting crazy shots, when in reality, you need to work yourself up to that point. So you need to be able to get into the gym, get some form shots in, and then work yourself back. Your warm-up is super, super crucial to how you're gonna play in a game. I would recommend that all players get a really good warm-up before a game. And usually high schools don't provide that. You'll be 20 minutes, you're doing layup lines. That's not an adequate warm-up. So pre-game workouts, hour, 2 hours, 3 hours before the game, that can help you develop that sort of rhythm before your game. But in general, if you're doing a workout, if you're gonna go play basketball, you need to work yourself back so you don't develop bad habits shooting the ball from further, especially if you're a youth player who's looking to continue to improve. Now, the fourth reason why players are not making shots in games is because you're not ready to shoot. And that can mean a couple things. So one is you're physically actually not ready to catch the ball. So you have to be able to, as you are waiting for the ball, as you're on the perimeter, if you're looking to catch it, you need to be low, have your hands ready, and then you need to be able to properly step in to shoot, okay? If you don't have those things ready and you're not active like that, it's gonna be a problem for you. Okay? Off the dribble, same thing. If you're not able to adequately pick the ball up to get into my shot, either with my right hand, my left hand on any of the different footworks, that's gonna be a problem for you. So being ready to shoot, working on your pickups, this is all a big part of the puzzle, and I'm gonna show you a few drills right now.
So all these drills, these first ones are gonna be just for pickups. So working on rolling the ball out on the first one. The second one is gonna be splitting our feet, getting to our pickup as quick as possible. That's a common drill for working on pickups. Next one is bringing the ball outside our frame off the dribble, so hezzy pulls. And then the last one we got is gonna be bad pass drill. This is where you're gonna get a bad pass from your partner and you have to get the shot up as quick as possible. Again, just another one where you wanna be ready to shoot no matter what. And kind of simulating bad passes is great for you, as not every pass is going to be perfect in a game. You have to be able to catch it at certain points, catch it in weird spots, and you have to be able to get a shot up and compromise the situation. So make sure that you guys work on these drills in your next workout.
The last thing when it comes to shooting is you get in your head, okay? So many players will shoot a shot, miss a shot, and then all of a sudden they just start passing the ball. You have to be able to detach yourself from the result as a shooter. When you shoot a shot, there's only two things that can happen. You're either gonna make it or you're gonna miss it. So you might as well shoot that. And if you're not gonna shoot it, then who else is gonna shoot it? You might as well believe that you're gonna make it. And even if you don't, you gotta move on from the last one. You gotta detach yourself. You gotta understand that even if you miss a shot, that doesn't mean that you're not a shooter. If it's a good look, take it. If you guys enjoyed that video, make sure that you guys leave a like, make sure that you guys subscribe. Again, check out the Point Guard program if you're interested in improving your game. Go into 4 different segments on how to become a better point guard. The first piece is the mental side. The second piece is the IQ side. The third is the basketball skill side. And the fourth is the implementation into a game. Make sure that you guys go check it out right now, and we'll see you guys in the next video.